Hello and welcome back to Theatre Beards. I'm so pleased that you could join me once again for this Wordy Wednesday. This is the YouTube channel specifically for students of theatre and performance studies, drama, performing arts, particularly those doing GCSE, BTEC or International Baccalaureate. Or if you've stumbled across this video and you've just got a bit of an interest, you're also very welcome. Before we begin today's Wordy Wednesday, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also if you fancy giving this video a thumbs up, please do so. In a previous video, I looked at the anatomy of a proscenium arch theatre, and we detailed all the kind of things you're going to see on stage, from the tabs to the fly tower to the wings, all of those different things. And if you haven't seen that video, go and check that out, because this video is going to be all about everything the other side, what's known as the house. Now, if you've ever been to the theatre before, you will have definitely heard the term house being used in reference to the theatre. Good evening everybody, and welcome to the Apollo Theatre. The house is now open for this evening's performance. The house is now open. Please take your seats. Or you might have heard it in reference to if a performance is sold out, it's often referred to as being a full house. But in that instance, signs outside the theatre will say house full. So what do we mean when we say house in reference to the theatre? In essence, the term house refers to any space in the building that isn't the backstage area or isn't the playing space, the stage. So things like the foyer, the box office, the cloakroom, the bathrooms, if there's a cafe or a bar area, all of those spaces are included in the house. More specifically, the house refers to any area in the theatre where the audience are seated. This includes all of the balconies, the stalls, the boxes, and the aisles. In a previous post that I put up about stage directions, I talked about stage left and stage right in reference to the actor on stage looking out towards the audience, looking out into the house. Well, there are another couple of terms that I'm going to throw in now, and to help me, I've brought back Idris Elba. So the stage right area on stage is on Idris Elba's right, which means that in the auditorium it becomes house left, and on stage on the actor's left is stage left, but that is house right, because if you were sitting in the house in the auditorium, that's your right hand side. Another term that you might hear is front of house. You might hear about a front of house manager or front of house staff, and front of house is all of those spaces outside of the auditorium that are open to the public, so like the bar, the cafe, the foyer, the box office, the toilets, those places. Next up we have the backstage area, and that's anything behind the scenes. So we've gone from front of house to the house, which is where everybody sits. Then there's the stage area, and everything behind that is known as backstage. In that backstage area you're going to find lots of other different spaces. You're going to find the actors' dressing rooms, which is where they get into their costume, apply their makeup and wigs, all of those different things. There's also, in bigger theatres, there might be a place called the shop. Now, it's not somewhere where they go shopping, it's places where sets might be built or painted or repaired. And you may also find the green room. Now, the green room is a bit like a waiting room or a lounge where performers can wait in between shows, or during the show if they're not needed on stage and they don't want to be in their dressing room, they can wait in the green room. And the reason it's called a green room is because when they were first introduced, all of the decor used to be green. So the curtains, the furniture were all green. Nowadays, they've kept the name, but they can have a variety of different colours. Some theatres even used to have separate green rooms for different members of the cast. So for example, the star of the show might have their own green room, whilst the people in the ensemble would have a separate green room. And if people were found in the wrong green room, they could be fined. And with that little historical tidbit, that brings us to the end of today's Wordy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and saying nice things is always free, so by all means pop something in the comments. And if there's a future video you would like me to make, then by all means make a suggestion down there too. So I'll see you next time.